Hey everyone, this is eWebinar COO Todd Parmley, and I am here to show you our new chat upgrades, and I'm going to do it in a way that you can follow along and test them out yourself. So I'm going to choose this webinar, I'm going to click Share, and I'm going to launch the webinar test room. It will open in another tab, and what I can do is enter the waiting room as an attendee. I've joined this webinar now. I'm going to send a chat message, respond to an interaction, and then I'm going to switch hats and become the moderator, go back to the chat admin, and reply to the message and show you our new chat features. So I'm going to send a message that says, will I get a replay link? I'm going to send that, and then I'm going to respond to this interaction saying, I am joining from Brooklyn. And now I'm going to go back to the home page, and I can see I have a new chat message. So I'm going to go to chat, open the conversation, and let me show you what's new. So a few small things first. You can see which messages are automated. We have better timestamps, so you'll be able to see how quickly your moderators are responding. Interaction responses are a different color, so when you're scanning longer conversations, it just becomes easier to find things. And then the biggest change is we have this new toolbar. It's on its own row. You can insert emojis, you can format text, you can insert a link, and you can also insert a merge field or a saved reply. So let me show you how to do those two things. And I'm going to do it by responding to my attendee's message. So let's say I want to insert a merge field, their replay link. I can click the merge field icon, I can search for the merge field, and I can click to insert it. Or, here's a little shortcut, I can type the open bracket, start typing replay, and then press enter on my keyboard to insert the merge field without ever having to click the icon. But let's say this is a question I get a lot, and I've created a saved reply for it. So I'm going to click the saved reply icon. Here's all my saved replies. I can search for one. I've named it replay, if I could type, and I can click to insert it. I can edit it, I can delete it, I can create a new saved reply, give it a name, write the reply, and then I get to decide which webinars it's available in. It can be in just one, or a select few, or all of them, whatever I decide. And then I give my saved reply a shortcut name, which is kind of like a nickname, and I can create it. Or I can click Manage Replies, and it will take me to a new page also available from the profile menu under Settings called Saved Replies, which lets me manage all my saved replies and their availability from one place. Now what's cool is the same basic shortcut that worked for merge fields also works for saved replies, except that I type the hashtag, the shortcut name of the saved reply, and then I press enter to insert it. This is going to save you, I hope, a ton of time so you don't have to type the same message over and over again anymore. The next thing I want to show you is the auto response override. I don't know if you've had this happen before, but you'll be in the middle of typing a response and suddenly the auto response gets triggered. Now you can see how much time you have left before the auto response is triggered, and you can cancel it if you need a little bit more time. And what's cool is if you then decide you'd rather still respond later, you can still trigger it manually so the attendee knows you're going to get back to them later. Now, the next thing I want to show you is what happens when an attendee goes offline. So I'm going to close the webinar test room, and you'll see that two things have happened. First, the send button has changed to a button that actually says send with an email icon, and underneath it says, this message will be sent by email when you click send. Now, I don't know if you've had this happen, but you would be in the middle of typing your reply and click enter on your keyboard, and it would accidentally send it as an email before you were done typing your reply. It was pretty annoying. So now instead, since it knows you're composing an email, it creates a line break instead of sending the message, so you can write as long of an email as you need to, and then click the send button when you're ready for it to go. Now, something I want to share with you is a strategy that we follow here at eWebinar, because when you're responding to an offline attendee by email, sometimes you want to write a longer response. Maybe you're responding to multiple questions. So we created saved replies that are specifically for responding to email. So I'm going to search for email, and this one here is specifically for responding to someone when they've asked a question. So I'm going to insert it. You can see it's a little bit longer. Thanks for joining our demo. Sorry we weren't available to chat. And then to answer your question, and there's a room to answer it. And what's cool is I can use a different saved reply to insert the answer to their question there. And I don't know if you've noticed, but there's now a lot more room to see what you're writing, so you don't constantly have to scroll up and down. And when you're ready, you can click send. It will insert the merge field. See, it inserted the first name of the attendee and their personalized replay link, and it was all sent by email. Last thing I want to show you is this download button. You can download chat conversations and messages for any webinar as a CSV file, Excel file, or XML file. Just look for this button at the top right of any chat tab. And that's everything. I hope these features, we really hope these features make your lives easier. Thank you so much for taking the time to learn about them. And thank you, as always, for being an eWebinar customer.